Howdy everybody, ArgonMatrix here, welcome you to episode 13, lucky number 13, hopefully, of Celeste here. Got through the B-side of the Golden Ridge last time without too much trouble. I mean, about as much trouble as you would expect for the fourth B-side in the game, I suppose. And we're moving onwards and ever upwards through the dire depths of the Mirror Temple here. So I did actually, it's a new day now, new recording session and all that, and I went off camera and practiced the B-side on my initial file, my original file for Celeste. I practiced the B-side for both Chapter 5 and Chapter 6, actually. Just because I didn't want to be here for like a million years, dying over and over, and I don't think that would be something you guys would necessarily want to see either. So hopefully some of that practice did me well. I'm going to hope that some of that stuck, and I'm glad I did it, as I'll say, because reliving some of that definitely brought to mind why these two levels, particularly Chapter 6 B-side, were so rough. So without further ado, I'm just delaying the inevitable here. Let's get into it. Mirror Temple B-side, baby. Mirror Magic Mix. I do love the name of that. And honestly, like, the Mirror Temple remix for like the B-side here is probably one of the most chill tracks in the game. It's just like got this nice little casual jazzy vibe to it. I'm loving it, dude. Can we just like hang out here and just like sit over here on the ledge and just chill, looking down at the Golden Ridge, presumably in the distance, and just hang, you know? Oh yeah, look at Madeline bobbing her head, going back and forth all casually. All right, I guess we had enough of that. Let's just move on in here. Doesn't start off too bad, but then again, they rarely do they? So the Mirror Temple the Mirror Temple B-side here is actually a bit different from the B-sides we've seen so far, in certain aspects anyway. It's still very difficult, obviously, but there are parts of it where there's like branching paths, which kind of makes sense as far as the Mirror Temple goes, because it was by far the most labyrinthine of all the levels in the game, I believe anyway. And we'll see that relatively soon here. Oh yeah, we got these dashing blocks. Don't forget about these. They're gonna make you work pretty hard with these ones, as I'm sure you can already see. They just love iterating on all these different mechanics, as they rightly should. There are some difficult things that you can do with very simple puzzle pieces. Case in point, I'm having a hell of a time just getting past this. Oh come on, dude. This is actually not that bad of a room. This is just a little sampling platter of what's to come, and I just cannot time that right, apparently. Okay, grab that. Oh, it's a little tougher to grab that because it's like moving away from you as you're trying to go for it. There we go. That's a little more like it. Shouldn't have been that hard. So this is more or less what I was talking about. You can see there's a path with a key over this way that we have to access, and there's two other paths. So we got I think eventually what we're going to end up doing is actually going up this way. I think going up like that is going to be the final path, and you can see there's two keys here even, one of which we need to even progress any further up this way. Well, you don't need it. You can actually go and see where we're eventually going to go. So it's going to shoot us up there, but we got to hit that button first, and there's just a whole big mess of stuff we got to do before we can actually progress further into this. So let's go ahead and start down here, I suppose. I do remember this. There's going to be spikes on top of that middle block when we dash up, so we cannot land there. It's not as safe as it might look. Oh, I missed that first button. I might be able to go back for it though, so we'll see here. Hopefully. Oh boy, I don't think I'm gonna get this, but potentially. Oh, the potential's there, dude. Oh my god. Wow, talk about just the very cusp of cataclysm, man. That was mental. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and unlock this. Forget what this actually leads to. Oh, I remember this. So I think I'm actually gonna save this one for a little bit later. You're gonna need to get every key and every button and everything, as I'm sure you can imagine. So let's start by going this way first. Oh yeah, that's right. Just a little death to get reacquainted with the room before we actually do it for real. This is our first real attempt, so you know. Oh man, I was gonna say it was so first try really, right? But Not quite, even with that little stipulation. This room does not seem all that bad for how daunting it appears at first. There's a lot of freaking spikes everywhere, dude. A lot of spikes, a lot of statues of these eyeball monsters that I've learned are actually called Seekers, I think. I don't know if that's necessarily like an official thing, but I was watching a speedrun the other day, and the dude called them Seekers, so I was like, yeah, that's a pretty good name, that fits. It's appropriately spooky, I suppose, also describing exactly what you need to know about them. And don't worry, those monsters will show up in the B-side in due time as well. Crap, oh man. Could have been a beautiful thing. Alright, so you don't want to do that. You want to actually you have to dash into that one in order to clear out those blocks before... Oh god! I was gonna say, maybe I can get up to that green crystal. Okay, so you gotta dash into that, just to keep these blocks away from the center so you can actually utilize them to some good effect. There we go, that's our second key. That'll allow us to clear out that block there, but that's still not gonna be quite enough, as I'm sure you can surmise. We also need to get through here eventually. Yeah, because if we head up this way now, there's still, like I said, this button to deal with, so we can't, still got a little bit more complexity here, so we'll go off to this way that we unlocked. And navigate this to the best of my ability. Oh gosh, can I get it first try, please? Oh, there you go, and then you gotta shoot all the way. This is actually one of the more satisfying things. You shoot all the way across, like, all 3 screens here, navigating this one that you had, that you struggled on before, or maybe you didn't. You can actually access this part before you can go through any of that, and you just get a little bit of a taste of what's to come, I suppose. All right, so yeah, I just breezed through that room apparently. Like I said, my practice must have paid off a little bit here. So this is one of the more annoying parts that I'm pretty bad at, as you can already see here, is timing these things. Timing the spikes with these blobs is easier said than done a lot of the time. Yeah. I mean, it's probably fairly easy, honestly. I'm just bad at it, like so many things in this game. Practice does make perfect. There we go. And then I think you just like kind of want to hang out here for a while until you can get, because you can wait for it and get just the right timing on this. Hopefully be able to nail it. I wasn't quite ready to go there, but here, shit, dude. I tried to fast fall through that, but you might not even want to do that. You might want to have a little bit of hang time there, if you can. And we're through that. Oh, jeez. Talk about threading the needle, but in the complete wrong context. Threading the needle in a bad way. Rarely does that happen in this game. Rarely, you're usually meant to thread the needle, but not when it's between those. Okay. One of those. Let's just take our chances on that one, and it happened to work out. I would not recommend that, but you know, sometimes it can work out in your favor. Alright, so now that we've opened that door, we can go over here, and there was this blob that we never really dealt with much before, because it wouldn't have amounted to much anyway. We would have just shot through here and then hit the wall right there. Now that the button's cleared that out of the way, we can deal with this room. Oh, this one's fun. It's actually pretty satisfying. Okay, yeah, that's right, you can't dash there. So you gotta do like one of these. Oh, good lord. Okay, yeah, you can't dash at all in this part, otherwise it's gonna send it straight back out of where you need it to be. You're gonna be a little bit quick on this one. You gotta jump over like that, hop up here, and just a little bit faster. But you can see this is basically the only obstacle for this room. So once you actually get that, you're up to that button, and we can progress onward past this little branching path segment. This is like seriously music that would play in a jazz club somewhere, I swear to God. Which I am all for, honestly. Like, jazz is probably my, up there among my favorite types of music. I don't really listen to a lot of music in, like, my off time. I just don't really get that. Alright, oh, this is actually a bit of a gauntlet here. You can see it's a bit of a long one, leading all the way up to the curtain. The curtain that will lead us to the mirror dimension, where things will take a shift, as we saw back in the A side. Yeah, like, I don't listen to music casually, so when the people are like, oh, what do you listen to when you're just, like, hanging out? I'm like, what do you mean? I do other things. I'm never just like hanging out. I'm always like trying to do something. And people are like, yeah, but like while you're playing a video game or whatever, or like doing work or something, what do you listen to? And I guess like maybe like I don't listen to music, but I do a lot of the time listen to YouTube videos. So that's oh fuck. I was on the wall and I dashed for no apparent reason to just mess this all up. It's doing so well there too. I don't know, just the concept of listening to music casually. Like anytime I go out of my way to listen to music, it's because I want to hear the song, and then I like pay attention to the song. And I guess that's somewhat abnormal as far as music goes. I don't know. I've never been a huge music like I'm a fan of certain music, obviously, especially like video game tracks like this. They're pretty ballin', but I don't have a favorite artist or band or anything really. Most songs, if you play them for me, I will not be able to tell you who they are by unless it's like completely an extremely famous song, well, actually, I mean, like even like some more famous songs, like if you ask me who Bohemian Rhapsody is by, I don't know. The Beatles? No, I know, I'm pretty sure it's not the Beatles, but that's like the only band I know anyway. I know Baby by Justin Bieber. I mean, I don't really know the song, I just know that it's by him, but you know. I don't think that's gonna impress anybody knowing that one. Okay, you gotta wait a little bit more on that. So that's what I'm talking about. The timing on this can be pretty tricky on some of these. I did so well my first time through, just like when I was talking about random ass bullshit, and now the timing on this is actually not as bad as it might look with these two spikes in the wall and stuff. You might look at it and be like, how do you even like expect to time that? Because like there are so many things happening at such disjointed intervals that how could you possibly hope to have a chance? But it's actually not too bad. There's a decent amount of leeway there. Up, up, and up. Alright, hold on here. Do like this. And navigate that. Alright, we got a second chance at victory here. Let's not muck it up. Already doing better than we were, so there we go. Oh, we actually got a dash right through there. It's the worst feeling in the world, and I know this from experience. When you're at that final dash section there and you dash into the spike right beside the hole, it's just terrible. One of the very few cutscenes that we got in the B-sides here. Getting pulled into the mirror dimension. Oh, here we go. At the very least, this means we're like roughly halfway through the section. I don't know, the B-side is kind of divided into 3 separate sections in the Mirror Temple here, and we are in the second of 3, so I guess a third of the way through is how the math would work out on that. Alright. It might not be entirely obvious, like, what I'm, like, this room I've had a lot of practice on. I think this is probably the room I struggle with the most in this B-side. At least if my practice run off camera was anything to go by. So I may just like try and do it without saying too much. Just follow my lead. A lot of practice. I know this. It may not even be the best tactic that I approach this room with a lot of the time, but it's what works for me. So music's still pretty chill. Kind of undercuts like the creepy ass like atmosphere of this place. And there's just like this blues-esque jazz track, with straight up saxophone playing in the background. Not that I mind. It's two of my favorite things, like the creepy atmosphere and the blues-esque music. The blues. I don't know what I said there. Post-track concentrating this. And that little dash is that pinhole of a pit that I keep dying on. Maybe like where the most deaths I have in this entire B-side comes from is that single pit. Definitely most deaths in this B-side are from this room. That I don't have a question in my mind, but that pit right there, that is the bane of my existence. Also past this room. I'm not gonna say it's home free, because there's still definitely difficult sections after this, but we passed the worst of it in my mind. One of those, and we're navigating, and we're up, and oh, dude. I tell ya. You don't think it should be so hard to line yourself up with a hole that's like twice as wide as your character is anyway, but I mean, 1.5 times as wide as your character. Ooh. Missing the button there is always a fun way to go to. You can save it if you miss the button the first time. You have to like land in that pit, you cling to the wall, and like there's a dash crystal there so you can renew your dash. Oh fucking! Damn it! Pretty sure there's the last little bit of that too. Oh, okay, got a second chance here. I think I messed up. You probably want to dash like over to the left wall if you can make it that far, and then try and jump from there. And I think the most apt strategy. Ooh, now we're starting to get a little better at that pit at least. Pit and the pendulum. I don't think I've ever read that story. I know exactly what it's about, but I don't know if I've ever actually gone and read it. I've done a lot of reading lately. I should go, like, do you guys have any book recommendations for me? What a strange segue, but there it is. I do. I love a good horror novel. Really Stephen King. Oh, God, I think I did the same thing. I think the last book I read in its entirety was Under the Dome, or Beneath the Dome. I think it's Under the Dome by Stephen King, which apparently there's like a TV series about that. But from what I've seen, the TV series is like dramatically different from the actual book, and I don't think it looks quite as good or interesting. There's some interesting stuff that goes on, and I'm sure. I saw a little snippet of it, and it had some like weird alien egg. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? What happens to the little like towny vibe of this place? Okay, we got a chance here. Oh, wow. That should not have been hard at all. I just psyched myself out a little bit, I guess. Under the Dome was quite good though. It's got one of those, I don't want to spoil anything in case you want to read or whatever. It's got like one of those endings where like so many things early on in the book, so many different little details, they all come together at the very end for this like amazing dramatic finale that you wouldn't have seen coming until like mere moments before it's actually about to happen. You're like, oh shit, this is all building up this entire time. Maybe it'll just drop there. Let me get that way and do to approach that. Well, apparently not, because I died. Yeah, I guess I should read a little bit more Stephen King, because like, he's like one of my favorite authors from what I've read of his, but there's so many books that I haven't read, so I guess I should try that. Also, a fitting enough author to mention from a couple here would be Lovecraft. I never read any of that stuff either, but very big fan of Lovecraft's like mythos, so definitely check that out at some point. Maybe I'll do that after this video. Sharpen the mind. Okay, got another chance here. Man, why am I just like... I just get stage fright at that moment or something. I don't know what it is. Okay, do it. Please, please! Oh my god, it really is not that hard, dude. You line yourself up with pits smaller than that. I don't know if that's actually true, but the amount of times I've died in that exact way right there. You know, once is understandable, just to get a feel for how things are going. Twice even is like, okay, I mean, you know, you should know how to line up this character if you're this far into the freaking game. Oh my god. I'm not mad at the game, I'm mad at myself, dude. Okay. Maybe I should just stop. Like I said, though, once we're past this room, we passed the worst of it, and we're very near the end of this room. Once we actually navigate the gauntlet there you go. Freaking A, dude, that should not have been that bad, but here we are. So now we start to deal with these, the Seekers. And you gotta use them in pretty tricky ways a lot of the time. You have, like in this room for instance, you have nowhere to land to renew your dash. So the only way you're renewing your dash is by stepping on the Seeker or getting knocked back by his, by the little shockwave they make as they rematerialize. Either way, that's gonna be a common theme, is, bopping Seekers on the head around here. Oh, come on. Oh. Alright, so let me try and do... Well, I actually want to hop him on the head if I can. I just want to try and get the dash back. I don't think I needed it for that moment, but I think I'll need it a little bit later on. Oh, lordy. There we go. And up and over. I guess you wouldn't have really needed it. Well, you do need it for this part, though. Oh, can we make that? Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can, sure enough. I do like that there's like a little safe spot here that you can just sort of gather your thoughts in, where they just can't see you at all. Alright. Oh yeah, this one's tricky. I think like on my practice run even, I just like... I don't even know what I did on this one half the time, because you gotta time this just right to get them to hit that. Just like, kind of like that, and then, oh boy. Okay, and then we renew our dash. It also does renew our stamina when we hop on the Seekers. That might actually get it with the shockwave. Yeah, it did, okay. Good shit. Just one more to go here. Yeah, thankfully it's only 3 of these. I didn't have a dash there. Otherwise I would have been home free. That's okay. Yep. Same problem. Gotta get used to like getting them to hit it, and then renew the dash, please. Oh god, he was just breathing down my neck, dude. Didn't know what to do there. Might be a good tactic to actually just like hit him in the head like that, so you get him in a close proximity to you. And then, oh, what? You can't just do that. You can't just wander into me. That's not fair. Huh. All right, hop on his head. Keep on going here. Yeah, thankfully this one's actually low enough that, like we saw earlier, if the shockwave hits him as he's rematerializing, if the shockwave hits the wall, then that works too. That's a probably pretty viable tactic. Okay, mess that up a little bit. Oh, that's good though. That's good. That's good. One more to crack here. No, that's not gonna get it. Hey. Hey, buddy. Hey, you can't just stop wandering into my feet. This is not serving you well. Oh my lord. Alright, let me hop over here, get him to wander over this way, and then, please. This is the silliest way to be failing this challenge right now. Oh good lord, I didn't expect it to get that! Okay, so if he's like right underneath it, then that's actually, that shockwave actually does hit. It didn't look like it would reach. It really didn't. Oh, balls. Definitely want to renew your dash before you trigger the apocalypse. Look at those freaky ass faces in the wall, dude. These like weird ones here, like the skulls, like they're freaking bleeding. It's a little grotesque. Alright, this room is annoying, but it's not overly... should not be taking this long. Let's just dial right in here, alright. Back in action. Is that gonna hit it? I don't know, okay. That one's certainly not gonna hit it. Let's get you over here. Lined up, nice and pretty, and we're through. Oh boy. Alright, let's see what this fella wants to do. Forget if we have to use him at all, or yeah, we do have to use him to actually bounce under that way, so it looks a lot worse than it is. He might be like, how are you supposed to line this up and get this guy to be in the right spot for you to bounce off? But actually, kind of all you really got to do is one of those, more or less, where you just time this right. Ooh, okay, not quite like that. Just time it like this. Oh shoot, that was just a fraction of a second too late there. Hang it over here for a little bit. He'll come eventually, don't worry. He always finds his way. Alright, do one of those, and okay, you gotta hit that at the right angle to actually spring yourself. Oh damn, he was out for blood that time. Just straight shot into my back. Alright. Come on, what you got? Look at me over here taunting him. Come on, buddy. What are you doing over there? Are you getting up to naughty stuff over here without me? Oh, good lord, there he is. Okay. Oh, I think I messed this up. Oh, man. I don't know what he must have just been like hanging out in the corner, like jerking off or something. I don't freaking know. Usually he doesn't have too much trouble finding his way over here. There we go. That's more like it. Oh, oh, that's the ticket. Good shit. Oh, you didn't think we'd be going out of this one without Theo, did you? Oh yeah, it's the Temple remix featuring your boy Mixmaster Theo. Sounds a lot cooler when you don't mess up when you don't stutter over his name. Yeah, so this is like how I was talking about the Mirror Temple B-side here is kind of broken up into 3 separate sections. This one is what I would consider the 3rd section with Theo here. So we're right at the end, we're near the end of this, I suppose. You can imagine this is gonna get pretty complicated pretty quick. Not too bad so far. Oh, I say that and then I just die in the same breath. All right, get out of here. Throw him over there. Don't let this guy mess you up. Oh, well, I would have been dead anyway because Theo got knocked into the pit. Grab him like that. You're gonna have to get used to grabbing Theo like in midair and shit. Oh. Oh, that was a little tricky. Oh, man. You're gonna try. I was aiming for style points with that run. Not with that run, just pretend that one didn't happen. Right, we're going up and over and throw him. Dash like this just to get that out of the way. Don't you dare. Alright, we're past that first one. And so you might be looking at this kind of like I was the first time I was through here and like, what are you supposed to do here? Until you realize you can actually wall kick with Theo in tow. Oh, I didn't mean to trigger that guy. Alright, can you Well, that was just rude. I was trying to show off a mechanic, and you just had to go and be there. Why don't you go be somewhere else? Be square. What a great taunt. Hey, why can't you go be somewhere else, you nerd? Freaking 4 eyes. What do you mean he's only got 3 eyes? Okay, do one of these. Can I make this happen again? Huh! Aw, yeah. Love doing that. Oh, good shit, good shit. Okay. Phew, navigated that one. This isn't canon, is it? Of course it is, Theo. Of course it is. These B-sides are clearly integral to the story. Alright, let's just toss them off to the side for a moment so we can do one of those. Oh, Lord! I thought I was done with you. Apparently your brother didn't feel like actually killing me today. Alright, throw him over there. Just to get him primed and ready to go. This next section, just toss him like that real quick. Try and get out of here as fast as humanly possible. And this one's not too bad. You just gotta toss him like that. Looks worse than it is, and we're through. Okay. Finally got a break from the Seekers here, actually. So what you want to do here is get Theo. He can actually access those buttons. And you got to pull a bit of a nutty maneuver here, where you dash and you, well, not quite like that. Thankfully, you do get another shot at it here. I'm actually gonna dash back to the side though. So what you want to do is kind of dash at the height of this, grab him, and fall down the other side. And then you gotta get even more fancy with it. Where you do one of these, you go like throw, catch. Oh, just barely mislined that up. So throw him from here. It looks hard. It's honestly not that bad to line up these shots like this, but it makes you feel like a real champ when you actually do pull it off. That's all I'm saying. Grab him like that. Yeah, like the window to actually grab him is pretty good, and it kind of gives you like a little pause in midair too when you do actually grab him. All right, then you want to throw and dash, and we're good. Easy enough. This one is clearly impossible. What are you talking about, Theo? All you gotta do is... Man, I was hoping I'd just get that on the first try and just, like, prove him utterly wrong. Ugh! Oh, Lordy. I don't know what I did there. You just gotta get in the right rhythm with this one. Throw like that, and we're done. Ooh, boy. What were you saying about being impossible, Theo? Look at the reflection of him in, like, the background here. I do love those, like, shattered mirror fragment reflections in this. And we're actually through here. That didn't take nearly as long as I was thinking it would, but oftentimes these screens do throw us for a bit more of a loop than we expect. So let's not say too much just yet. Do like that. Don't know if I want to do this or not. Oh, I was hoping that lip of that thing would just catch him. That's okay. Like that. Oh, you gotta be a little bit further out to do that. Like this. And then, oh, Lord. Ah, man. I think that kind of is what you want to do, though. I know I say, I think, but didn't you just practice this one? It's like, yeah, I did. But at the same time... Okay. Don't do anything you're gonna regret. Same time, I don't exactly remember. Is there a reason to go down to that little pink platform on like the very bottom there? I don't know. My strategy right now is not using it, but maybe it should be. Maybe I want to get up to that L-shaped platform with Theo. Kind of like do like one of these. Yeah, that seems a little bit more appropriate. I don't know for sure though. Let's try it again. Like one of these. Oh, you can actually. Oh, he was on the very cusp of that one. I don't know if that's a safe maneuver. We're gonna try it again though, because we're nothing if not scientists around here. all about that experimentation. Do one of those, and throw him. Okay. And you just gotta dash to actually save yourself. Oh, Lord. Okay. I feel like I'm making this harder than it has to be. Like, there's got to be an approach to this that does not involve. You know what? Probably wouldn't that make more sense to try and do that? Maybe. I mean, certainly a different tactic we can take. We just do like one of the. Oh, okay. You gotta. Well, maybe you don't, because you can probably catch him in midair after you dash, right? So this does seem like it should be an easier tactic, at least. Oh, I know what I'm kind of being dumb here, aren't I? Hold on. Watch, this whole screen's just gonna take up half the video's length at this point. All of a sudden, I was hyping it up like we were done with this. Okay, I want to get actually back up here, do one of those, and yeah, that's what you want to do. Okay, I was just being a silly fool. Trying to do all this nonsense that you don't need to do. Now that I actually know the best way to execute it, shouldn't be too bad. It's just about actually pulling it off now. Huh. Okay, is that it? I think we... don't have it, is what I was going to say. I'm pretty sure that that's actually the hardest part of the screen right there at the very end, is that little tiny ass jump to get over to the actual golden gate. Yeah, it's clearly the hardest part of this whole thing. I'm tired from that embarrassing failure. Theo, can you get the crystal heart for me? Thanks, buddy. Mirror magic, that is done. Not bad, all things considered. Kind of stumbled over the finish line on that one, but hey, we made it to the finish line, and that's all that really matters, isn't it? Pulling his unconscious ass. I love that how he's still unconscious, but he has his phone firmly grasped in his hand still. That's just great. He's so much bigger than Madeline, too. I never even realized. How many we got there? 138 deaths. Really not bad. I guess my practice really did pay off on that one, because compared to the Golden Ridge, yeah, like more than 100 fewer deaths. Who'd have thunk it? But I don't know if that trend is going to keep up as we move on to the next B-side next time, because the Reflection B-side, Chapter 6, like I've hyped it up so much in the past, and like has been confirmed through my practice run, I think. It's going to be one of the hardest, if not the hardest levels in the game. So, look forward to that next time on Celeste. Thank you everyone so much for watching. This is ArgonMatrix signing out. Thank you and good night.